BIJ TV.
Welcome to the BIJ TV podcast. I'm C. Bryan Jones, and today we're taking a look at Shine On Kids, the Tokyo-based nonprofit organization founded in 2006 by Kim Forsyth and Mark Veris that works to help children with cancer by supporting them and their families during and after treatment. PR sponsorship manager Helen Marvell and volunteer Heather McLeish of EY Japan joined me to talk about Shine On Kids, the programs such as Beads of Courage and Facility Dogs, as well as their plans for this year's fundraising gala that takes place at Tokyo American Club on October 20th. Let's go ahead and bring in Helen and Heather and let them tell you the rest. Welcome, Heather. Welcome, Helen.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much.
So, Helen, today we're going to talk about Shine On Kids. Some people listening may not know much about this charity, so give us a little brief overview of what Shine On Kids does.
So Shine On Kids is an NPO that supports children with cancer and other serious illnesses in Japan and also supports their families. Shine On Kids was originally founded in 2006 by Kim and Mark. And they had a child called Tyler who they found out he had leukemia a month after he was born, and he died just shortly before his second birthday. So when they were going through these treatments with Tyler, they realized that in the hospitals, there wasn't really that much support for children that had cancer. So that's why they founded Shine On Kids. Shine On Kids was originally called the Tyler Foundation in 2006, and it became Shine On Kids in 2012, which is when we received the MPO certification. Shine On Kids has two main programs. One is Facility Dogs. So we have two hospitals in Japan, and we have facility dogs that basically work there. They're basically employees of the hospital. They go there every weekday to see the children. They help the children while they're having their treatment. They play with the children and the families as well. The facility dogs, they live with their handlers, who are also nurses. That's kind of the difference between therapy dogs and facility dogs.
Okay.
And then our other program is Beads of Courage. So there's a few different ways that this works, but basically the children can take a bead for every treatment they go through, and there's a different bead for every treatment. So it kind of encourages them to face up to their treatments and the challenges facing them.
Very interesting. And Helen, how did you become involved in the organization?
So I have been involved in CSR for a long time for PR companies in England and in Tokyo as well. And I also do some volunteer activities outside of Shine On Kids for animal charities. One is called Animal Walk Tokyo, and we raise money for animal shelters in Tokyo. And another one is called the Humane League Japan, and we work with companies to update their animal welfare policies, so mainly food corporations for farmed animals. So I've always had an interest in kind of this side of work. When I came to Tokyo, I was looking into different MPOs here, and that's how I found out about Shine On Kids. And then this offer came, and I couldn't refuse. PR and MPO worked, so.
Very good. And Heather, you've been involved in Shine On Kids for quite a long time, I think, right?
I have been. It's actually been really exciting. Most of the time I have been participating as someone just enjoying the general splendor of the galas and all of the other fun events that Shine On Kids has done. As of last year, for the 11th gala for our 10th anniversary, I stepped up to be the executive producer of the gala, which is held in the autumn. And it was such an amazing experience and a monumental challenge that I decided to take that same role again this year.
What drew you to the organization?
I've known Kim and Mark actually for quite a long time, and I was really interested in the concept of this kind of community outreach and doing it here in Japan. This market has changed quite a bit here. I think people are a little bit more willing to conceptualize helping in this way and to donate money for something at home, not something far away. On top of that, my work is actually involved in sustainability consulting. So I consult with very large Japanese companies to talk about not just their environmental impact and their governance, but also their social impact and how to manage that better. So there's nothing better than to be able to walk the talk and all of that. So I find that's very helpful.
Great. Well, one event that people here in Tokyo may know about that happens each year is Executive Fight Night. And Shine On Kids was, once again this year, the beneficiary of Executive Fight Night. So tell us a little bit about how that went and also how that relationship helps Shine On Kids achieve your goal of helping children with cancer.
Yeah, that is probably one of my favorite events. So we have events throughout the year, but we have two major events. One of them is in the autumn. The other one is in the spring. Executive Fight Night's been going on for 7 years. It is such a wonderful event because you get everyday people who have full-time jobs trying something completely new out of their comfort zone, and doing it to better themselves and to improve themselves. The beneficiaries of that, which they are all very well aware of, is these kids who are suffering in their own way and fighting in their own way. So this year was actually particularly interesting because we actually were the organizers of the event and will continue to be from here on out. So this year was a really special one for us as well. I can't tell you how amazing all of the fighters were and what a just genuinely fun event it was. And I think that this kind of event, if you balance it out with some of our other events, we are able to capture a lot of different types of people to come and help support.
And for those who don't know, these are actual ordinary businessmen and women who train extensively and then box, right? Fight.
Yes, they do.
To raise money for children with cancer. So it's a fun event, an interesting event, and for a great cause. So, Heather, we mentioned you're a volunteer. And then Helen, you're the PR and sponsorship manager. So you're all part of the team. And I would like to know what drives the team members, the staff in the office, of course, but also the volunteers. What drives people to be part of this organization?
So speaking on behalf of the people that work at the Shine On Kids office and the volunteers, I think that we really get to see how our programs work. We build relationships with the children that are directly affected and also the parents as well, the families. And really, it's a community. We have the people that work at the Shine On Kids office, but we also have a larger group of volunteers that support us every day with things like translation or design, but also at our events and all our sponsors as well. So it's kind of building a community to support the children and their families as well.
On behalf of some of the volunteers, I can say that I think a lot of us do it because we've had some experience in our families and with our friends with cancer. And this is a way to proactively be able to help out people that are currently suffering because we understand what that is like. And some of us understand it from older generation family members who have gone. But from a kid's perspective, it's just got to be awful. So that's a very serious motivation for a lot of our volunteers. And I think people are just genuinely concerned and interested to get involved in the community and be able to help, as Helen said, in a really tangible way, not just give money. Giving money, please don't get me wrong. Please give money. Give lots of money. We're very happy to accept your money.
Very necessary.
Very necessary, really important. But we also need hands. We need expertise. We need people that can come in and donate their brains and help us get to the next level. So there's many reasons why people come, and hopefully they feel just as satisfied as we do with the process.
Well, whether it's money or volunteers, ultimately you're supporting the treatment of cancer. And I think that people listening can imagine how that can go into supporting the treatment itself. But another thing that Shine On Kids does is, as you mentioned a moment ago, empowering the children and empowering their families. So beyond the obvious of cancer treatment itself, what are some ways that you help empower children, help them through this, and help their families?
So the medical care in Japan is very, very, very good. But we realized there was kind of a gap for the mental health of the patients and their families. So our programs are all there to help them kind of face up to the challenge. And most of our programs are for the patients while they're in the hospital. But recently, we've started a new program that's sponsored by the Bank of America. And this is for childhood cancer survivors who are now teenagers in, say, junior high school and high school. And this is a workshop for them to meet older survivors that are in university and talk about their experiences, but focus more on their future and their dreams and how they're going to achieve them. So now that kind of episode of their life is over, what are they going to do? One of the examples of how people cope when they meet someone with cancer is people go back to school and no one knows what to do. Some people ignore them. Some people kind of mother them too much.
Because they've been out of school sometimes for quite a long time.
Yeah, because they've been out of school,
right?
and they're going back to society, and they just don't know how to deal with that. So we started off by helping patients in hospital, but now we're kind of moving forward, and we want to support them as much as they can to just go on and live their lives.
Very good. Are there any other ways?
Well, a couple of the programs that Helen already mentioned, our facility dogs and our beads of courage. I have to say the coolest thing is getting to see some of these little kids who have been through some, let's be honest, truly horrific experiences with big, shiny, happy little faces being like, look at my beads. You couldn't have done that.
Right.
I have collected all of these beads. And it's an amazing way of turning a very negative situation into a positive and being able to find that silver lining in a really, really pretty dark cloud. And the facility dogs themselves bring a different kind of joy. I mean, the concept of therapy with animals is a very well-known and well accepted idea. And these dogs bring an exceptional amount of joy and a lot of comfort to not only the children, but also to the parents as well. And they feel really quite close to these dogs that come in and just really cheer up your day. So I think that full combination of being able to help face these really, really difficult situations and knowing that you have some support or maybe some kind of happy thing that's going to come out of this on top of your health, I think that's immensely important.
I really love dogs, and they have an amazing ability to empathize or make us feel they're empathizing with us, right? What kind of dogs are these?
So our dogs are actually very, very special dogs, very international dogs as well. They're beautiful golden retrievers that are actually trained in Hawaii. And they go through very rigorous training, actually, and also have to be groomed and handled in very particular ways. And if you can imagine letting animals into a hospital, the hospital has to be very, very comfortable, as they are now, with the degree that we go to make sure we're managing the shedding, for example, and the cleanliness. So when that beautiful dog with those liquidy, gorgeous eyes looks at you, you also are very confident that it's healthy itself and well looked after and not going to cause more problems than and could create. So I think that's probably one of the more interesting aspects of them. So they're quite large dogs as well. You imagine a perfect cuddle dog, and that's pretty much it.
And I imagine Hawaiian dogs would be some of the most friendly dogs in the world, right?
Unbelievably, just very relaxed and happy and sweet.
Yeah, that's really nice.
So the facility dogs, I think, not only do they help the kids and their families, but the nurses and the doctors and the medical staff love them. I've been to a few of the hospitals with the facility dogs, and the nurses and the doctors, their faces light up and they want to play with the dog, and you know, the dog knows they have food and will go from room to room finding the people that normally give them food. And it's a really nice atmosphere. And it's the atmosphere in the hospitals are really nice. I was surprised that a hospital would let a dog in. And I thought it would be very strict, the way they handled the dog. But it was just so much fun. And everyone was just so happy to hang out with Bailey and Yogi. Yeah,
that's an amazing program. I wasn't aware of that before we started talking, and that's really nice. I know the kids must especially love that. Well, let's talk about how things have changed since 2006, when the Tyler Foundation was founded. And today, we're recording this in 2017. Treatments, of course, change over time, but also maybe approaches to how you help along people who are suffering from cancer also evolve. So over this 11-year period, have you seen any changes in the challenge surrounding children with cancer? Of course, cancer itself is something very difficult to battle. But in terms of helping these children along, what has changed? What's the biggest challenge today?
I think, as I mentioned earlier, one of the biggest challenges is medical care is so good, but there's not so much focus on mental health.
Mental health, yeah.
So the programs that we have been doing since 2006 are programs that help the children with their mental health and their families. And I think the culture of Japan has changed over the last 10 or so years as well. And talking about mental health is becoming more accepted and people are more open to talking about it. So, you know, we're raising awareness and we're also helping them get through this.
Exactly as Helen said. And I think one of the other points we've seen a real change in my time in Japan is it used to be that when someone was ill in your family, you didn't talk about it, you hid it away. Mm-hmm. You hid that kind of challenge away from people. You hid that person away. That's actually changed a lot. In the time that I've lived here, you see more people in wheelchairs on the street. You see blind people walking around. You actually see this. And this is a big cultural shift. And I think this is so wonderful for the kids because they don't have to worry about also, or at least not as much as they used to, the stigma of being ill. They just have to worry about getting well.
Right.
And I think, I think Japan still has further to go, but I've definitely seen this change. And programs and really groundbreaking programs that Shine On Kids have put into place, I think have really kind of helped that and helped doctors and nurses understand as well that their role is not just the physical make you well. It actually involves a little bit more holistic of approach.
So the shift is quite positive.
Absolutely.
Great. Well, so we've learned a lot about Shine On Kids and the things that you're doing. And moving forward, you have a big event coming up. You mentioned earlier that you have events in spring and autumn. And of course, spring is Executive Fight Night, which we talked about. And in autumn, you have the Gala. So tell us a little bit about the Gala that's coming up.
Yeah, this is really exciting, I think, because it's a very different event from Executive Fight Night. No one is fighting.
No one's fighting. No punches being thrown.
This is a key point. Unless people get very excited about the live auction and really want to battle it out.
That could happen. Sometimes those live auctions are really good.
Yeah, we hope they just battle it out with their money, but we'll leave some space for that passion. So the gala that's happening in October of this year is a really exciting one. Again, this is my second time planning it, and I'm working with this amazing group of volunteers that just dedicate so much time and energy to come. And then we always have around 300 wonderful people that come and join. So we're looking probably between 300 and 350 people this year to come to the American Club on October 20th and enjoy this year, because we have a theme every year. This year is jazz, a jazz soirée. So if you can imagine some gorgeous music, beautifully attired people, some amazing prizes that you can win, some games you can play. So our goal with all of our events is certainly to support the charity, raise awareness. That's always number one. But there's no reason why we can't raise awareness and have a good time at the same time.
Yeah.
So we've got so many wonderful sponsors that have come on to donate prizes and to donate people, to donate things like alcohol or consult on the food, and to do just really everything that we possibly need to pull this all together. So it's I can't say that it's not chaos. It's this beautiful, chaotic, wonderful, exciting program. And that night, it all magically comes together, magically with a great deal of work, obviously. But it's really exciting. And we hope every time to raise enough money to support our next targets and our next goals. One of our biggest goals that we really want to support this year is we currently have 2 facility dogs, which can each cover 1 hospital each, right? So we would really like a third. And we are looking at different hospitals here in Japan. We've got a short list of the hospitals that might be the best candidates. And we really want a third facility dog. I think we've proven the model. We know that it works. We know that people are really excited about it, but we certainly cannot. I don't think the labor department would really like us to be overworking our dogs. So we want the dogs as well as the kids to be really happy. So one of our main goals this year is to raise enough money to get a third dog, which also means having a nurse as well to look after him or her. So that's one of the big targets that we have this year.
So your event sounds a bit like jazz, right? Chaotic, but it magically all comes together in the end.
Yeah, well, that's what we're looking for.
So these dogs, I'm curious, how much does it cost on, say, an annual basis to take care of these dogs and to operate the program?
Yeah, that's a great question. So it generally, especially with the first year, getting the dog, bringing it over, it's about 10 million yen per year. And that's including certainly the salary of the nurse that's going to be taking care of, and it's a 24/7 job, taking care of a dog, as anyone who has any pets know.
Yeah.
But also it's usually a woman, a nurse that would be taking care of the dog, bringing the dog to the hospital. So 10 million is base case for 1 year that we would like to raise. And I think with all of the deferred costs, I think that's doable for us this year. But if I'm perfectly honest, I would say that that's not enough. We certainly want to raise a lot more than that.
So currently with 2 facility dogs, it costs Shine On Kids $20 million plus to operate the program of the facility dogs.
Correct, per year.
And of course you have other operations as well. So
Indeed. And these galas, although we do get massive amounts of support, they do cost us as well to put on. We certainly do want to put on a great production for everyone. So we have to go and get donations above the cost in order to really impact these kids' lives.
And this year at the gala, both of our facility dogs, Bailey and Yogi, will be making a guest appearance.
Oh, great. That's going to be fun.
Yeah, they're actually ridiculously cute.
I'm sure.
So it's quite funny because they're all, they're a little not camera shy. They're like, yes, this is my best angle.
Right.
No, get my right side. It's by far better.
Do they turn? Do they do different poses like a model?
They do. They're ridiculously patient and just really lovely. And we get to hear from the nurses as well. And we certainly, I think one of the best parts outside of the great music we've got planned and great performances we've got planned this year, my favorite part is actually the speeches by the survivors.
Yeah.
We've got these. My favorite is certainly these little kids that come on. And last year, absolutely amazing, teeny little girl who gave her speech all in English. And it was so fantastic. And she really tried hard. And we were like, you can do it in Japanese if you want. She said, nope, I want to try this. And she was so brilliant. I don't think there was a dry eye, even though she was smiling and giggling the whole time, but you're just so overwhelmed with just positive energy.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing. So definitely everyone will want to see not only the dogs, but certainly the survivor speeches as well. So Helen, how can people get tickets to the event?
So tickets are available on our Facebook page, Shine On Kids, both in Japanese and English. We have 2 pages.
So those are separate pages?
Yeah, 2 separate pages. And we also have a ticket link on our website. And if you are a subscriber of the newsletter, the ticket link will be sent by there. And if you're a member of the Tokyo American Club, you can also buy your tickets there at Tokyo American Club. Excellent.
And the URL for the website is?
The URL of our website is sokids.org.
Great. So SOKIDS.
Yes.
.org. Yep. Excellent. Very good. Now, that's the event. That's the gala that's coming up. That's how you can get tickets. Don't miss the dogs. Don't miss the survivors. But this is, as we talked about, it takes you quite a lot of money to operate throughout the year. This is one event. People can support you throughout the year in various ways. So how can they do that? How can they get in touch with you if they want to contribute?
So there's a few different ways that people can support Shine On Kids. The first is obviously donating money. We need money to run our programs, to run our operations. You can donate a one-off fund, or you could also join our program, which is a yearly program, and you pay 1,000 yen every month. So that's one of our ongoing donation programs that we run. Also, if you work for a company that has prizes, we're always looking for prizes for our events, for giveaways. So that really helps. Any resources that you have, any time that you have, we're always looking for translators, people that work in design, anything that you have a speciality in, I'm sure we can find a use for it. So please let us know. You can contact us through the website. Also attend an event, and please follow us on social media.
And please remember as well, being a registered NPO does have its uses, and one of them is a tax break for your donation. So not that you do it for the tax break, but it's an option. It's in there for you as well. And other ways to support are, if you can't go to things like our events and our gala, we often allow people to buy raffle tickets ahead and telling your friends. I mean, honestly, word of mouth is one of our most powerful ways of getting the word out. So we'd appreciate all of the support that you could give us.
Excellent.
And another way that you can support the kids and their families is just by being open. And if you come across somebody that's suffering from one of these problems, is to talk to them and be open with them. I think that's something that's really needed in the community.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for sharing all this information about Shine On Kids today, and of course the gala that's coming up. I hope everyone will attend, enjoy the event, and help the children, and also support Shine On Kids throughout the year. So Helen, Heather, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you. We'll see you at the gala.
We're looking forward to seeing you there. And thank you so much to Custom Media, who is always so kind and also supporting us. So many, many thanks.
So if you'd like to support these important programs and change the lives of young patients, join Helen, Heather, and the Shine On Kids team at 6 p.m. on Friday, October 20th at Tokyo American Club for Jazz Soirée, an evening of cool jazz and creativity. As they mentioned, tickets are available through their Facebook page. That's facebook.com/ShineOnKidsJapan, just smashed together as one long word. Or their website at sokids.org. That's SOKIDS.org. You'll find out everything you need to know on both of those sites. And on their Facebook page, they have English and also Japanese. So however you want to find out the details, it's all there for you. It's a really wonderful cause, and it's sure to be a great night. I love jazz, so I know it's going to be fantastic. And even the dogs will make an appearance. And everyone's going to love that. I know. All right. As for us, if you want more of our coverage of the business and culture of Japan, check out our website at bij.tv. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/bij.tv and follow us on Twitter, where our username is, you guessed it, BIJTV. But there's no dot in that one. Also, check out Custom Media, the producer of BIJ TV, at custom-media.com. Our diverse international crew of multi-talented experts work closely with our clients to create thought-provoking ad campaigns, bilingual marketing, promotions, sales materials, websites, custom publications, annual reports, white papers, catalogs, videos, and more, even audio programming just like this. We know how to pull all the pieces together to create the best results for you. And if you'd like to contact BIJ TV, you can do that as well. Just send an email to bij.tv at custom-media.com or use the form on the website at bij.tv/contact. You can reach out to me if you'd like. My email address is Chris, CHRIS, at custom-media.com, and you can find me on Twitter, where my username is CBryanJones. That's the letter C and Bryan with a Y. Thanks again to Helen and Heather for joining me today. I really appreciate their time. And for BIJ TV, I'm C. Bryan Jones. Thanks for listening, and join me again next time as we explore new topics from the world of business in Japan.